tough one here tonight. You had the lead into the third period, and St. Cloud is so quick from center ice off of faceoffs out at center ice, coming right down and scoring twice within 8 seconds. What makes him so dangerous, able to come back and put him in like that?
They're dangerous wads, but it's as much on us. I mean, the first goal happens. I mean, it was a seeing eye puck from the point. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, we need to get a block shot. Our right winger was there, but not in the shot lane. The second goal, it was a weird play. We just watched it 3 or 4 times, and there was a couple of guys are sleeping. Our defenseman makes a bad decision to go north instead of just backing off and smelling trouble. And a good team like St. Cloud State comes north at you. I mean, not only did that, but then they executed on the 3-on-1. I mean, that's another whole thing. I mean, that was a big time play. It's unfortunate, man. I mean, it wasn't even a minute lapse. It was a 30-second lapse, and we're down 3-2. And we're a program in transition, man, trying to figure out how to win. And we had another forward go down tonight. Now we're down to 9 forwards on the bench, with one of those forwards being a defenseman. And our kids gave us everything they had. And I think we even found a new level of competition with those guys who played. The guys that are injured, they better get back healthy so they can get back out helping these teammates that were here playing their rear ends off. And I thought Grant Valentine gave us a chance to win. He played well. He battled his tail off like we knew he would. You can't ask for much more, man. I mean, it was a mental lap for 30 seconds. It wasn't a competition thing.
And you just mentioned Grant Valentine, and I remember talking to you about this a little bit last year when Grant got a handful of starts last year. It seemed like you got that kind of wall built up around him. The players, not that they don't play hard for the other goaltenders, but it's like they were trying to rally around their teammate who's getting a chance to play, and it helped him as he continued to battle his butt off, like you said as well.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, it's not different though, Wads. We're finding a new level of competition. Period. No matter what goalie's in net, and that's something that we're proud of. We don't. The kids really like Grant Valentine. He's an unbelievable guy in the dressing room. He's got a confidence about him when he steps on the ice. So we weren't, we weren't worried about how he was going to play. We weren't worried about the team playing in front of him. But we don't want to change depending on who our goalie is. We want our level of compete and defending and so on to be the same no matter who's in that. But I can tell you that I think our guys are confident with him in there because of who he is as a human being.
Coach, you mentioned the compete level, and I thought they left it all out there tonight. And 2 nights in a row, a high level of intensity, a high level of compete. Do you think they've had 120 straight minutes like that? Is this the best stretch of 2 games that you've seen them play in terms of that intensity all season? Yeah,
I think so. I mean, we thought the 2 games against Duluth were that at home. Obviously we didn't get a result. So the nice thing about this weekend is we win a game on Friday, and then we're 20 minutes away from a sweep against a top 10 team in the country. And I believe what we showed in the third is we don't know how to win yet. Not at the level we want to win at, which is the great teams in college hockey find a way to sweep that weekend. And we haven't been there enough. But I think the intensity and the compete was even at a higher level than it was that weekend against Duluth, at least the home weekend versus Duluth. So we feel like we continue to raise the bar, even if it's just a little bit, in terms of our compete level, our intensity, our relentlessness, which I'm not sure we've been called those things in the past, and We're going to be called them again, and we're starting to be called them right now. Relentless, intense, competitive, those kind of things.
Well, those are a lot of adjectives I would use for you as well, as when you're back in your playing days, and you bring that to the mentality level of these guys as well. You mentioned the injuries. You get a break, though. There's a bye week that was built in that you'll get to take advantage of to hopefully get some guys healthy. How do you handle now things over the next week to get ready for Western Michigan 2 weeks from last night?
Western Michigan is coming off a sweep of Duluth at home.
Saw that. Yeah.
Well, as I told you before the game, it'll be rest.
Yeah.
It'll be rest. At this time of year, we've practiced so much. The intensity level of practice has been really good. I think that's because we've been given Mondays off and we've had something to look forward to on Friday. Well, next week we don't have that to look forward to. It's a weekend off. I think we have to keep them sharp, but we really have to be aware of rest and trying to get some guys healthy. We cannot continue with 9 forwards with one of them being Bray Crowder. We just cannot. Because the message to our group was, as you and I talked about, if we're going to continue to find a new level of compete, we get healthy. On one night we can beat anybody, and that'll be our motivating factor. So it'll be a work in progress a little bit as far as the week that's upcoming. We'll be off until Wednesday for sure, and then we'll have a plan in place and we'll execute the plan the best we can, and hopefully we'll be ready to go come a week from Friday at Western.
Well, what can you say about the effort of the guys to step up for it? You're shorthanded, obviously. You lose another forward on this one, and you've got Bray Crowder playing forward, and it seems like they found a way to still navigate the game with even without some of those line mates. They've had to shuffle lines in the middle of the game because the guy that was on their right may not be in there anymore because he went to the locker room.
Yeah, I think it's just a resilient crust that we're trying to create with our players. They don't care who's in net. They don't care who's on their right wing or at center or left wing or whatever it is, their D partner. They're just going to go out there and try to be the best version of them within our game plan in terms of executing and detail and purpose and all the things we want to be. And that's what we're trying to build here. And the kids have done a great job. We got to bring some consistency to it. Obviously, we haven't been consistent with it over the course of the year, but we feel like if we can continue to raise the bar for ourselves on what that best night looks like, we feel we'll make the strides we need to make, and that's what we think happened tonight. We raised the bar a little bit.